Hey y'all, good morning. We're out walking again today. I'm trying to make this, I would love for this to be a daily habit, at least once a day to come out and do this walk. It's not a long walk. It's just in our little neighborhood, but it's better than no walking at all, right? And I know yesterday I was kind of wound up and I went kind of fast, walked kind of fast, talked kind of fast, wobbled a lot. I'm trying to not do that today. I think I'm going to take it a little slower today. I've got my coffee with me. So today I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm just going to walk. I'm going to enjoy the nature, appreciate God's creations. Y'all hear the squirrels? I'm going to call them. They won't come down. There's some birds and squirrels up in the mimosa tree. And this house over here, I have the hair in my mouth. Sorry about that, y'all. This house up here, I always get nervous because the first day I walked, a couple weeks ago, look, I keep getting closer and closer. The first day I walked a couple weeks ago, I started to come down this little cul-de-sac, and this giant German Shepherd was at the end of the driveway, and he started barking as soon as I started to turn down the little road. So I just kind of bypassed that and kept walking and went home. But Shannon tells me that a barking dog isn't the dog to be afraid of. It's those quiet dogs you have to worry about. And if he starts coming toward me, don't make eye contact with him because he'll see that as a threat. Crap, there's another dog. I'm not scared of dogs, y'all. I just don't like stranger dogs that I don't know. Anyway, but I have not seen him since then. I just figure if I come down past the end of this street and I see him out there and he's making noise, I just won't walk down this little cul-de-sac because I'm not brave enough, and they know when you're scared and that makes them act crazier. They know when you're stressed, that makes them act up worse. And that's a sweet puppy. That's a sweet puppy. It's a sweet doggy dog. I like sweet doggy dogs. I don't like the big scary dogs. Yeah, it feels really cool this morning. I think when I woke up, I checked the temperature and it was like 61 degrees. That's fall for most people. Fall for most people. The middle of October, right? It's about time. He's a happy puppy. He's a very happy dog. Anyway, I'm just enjoying it, y'all. It's beautiful outside today. I don't see a single cloud, which is crazy when you think about what's going on in Florida. And we're really not that far away. It just, well, we are from where the storm is. The storm is down, I think, around Tampa, and we are pretty far from there. But it's crazy how those things are, you know. It's just crazy. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They just do what they're going to do, and you're just stuck. You're just stuck trying to survive it. Let me switch hands because I keep missing stuff. Anyway, so I really have been praying for everybody down in Florida and y'all, North Carolina and Tennessee, everywhere really, but North Carolina hits a little hard. I've been seeing a lot of Asheville, and I actually went there for Christmas, I think, when I was maybe 13. Instead of doing gifts, like a bunch of gifts, our parents made reservations at a lodge up there, and we packed our suitcases, and my brother and I packed up in the back of the truck, and we took a little tiny Christmas tree and all of our gifts with us, and we went to Asheville, North Carolina to spend Christmas. And it started snowing Christmas Eve. Like, after we got there, they said, oh no, it's too early in the year to be snowing here. It was so long ago. It was before the internet and all that. You couldn't check those things. So we got there, you know, our whole thing was about having snow. We got there and they were like, oh no, we don't get snow this early in the year. Well, I'll be darned, y'all. It started snowing Christmas Eve. So we had our first white Christmas ever. I think first and last. I don't think I've had one since then. But that was, oh my God, 45 years ago. Ugh. So, you know, I wonder how Asheville has changed, and I wonder if that place is even still there where we stayed. It's a lot, you know, a lot of people hurting. I know that in 2016 was when we had the big flood in Livingston Parish, and something like 90% of the homes and businesses were underwater. And the first time I went back to visit after the flood, I couldn't believe it. And it was almost a year later. My brother lives there. He wouldn't let me come back to visit because he knew that emotionally I couldn't handle it. So when I did go back and I started driving around and looking, y'all, every house I had ever lived in since I was born, with the exception of one, went underwater. The church I grew up in, the church where my kids were dedicated, and where they grew up going to Mother's Day out in preschool, where I taught Mother's Day out in preschool. I want to say it had like 20 feet of water in it, some insane amount of water. And I have friends who, well, God, not just I have friends, nearly everyone, because there was no warning, nearly everyone lost everything, y'all. Every school yearbook, every family photograph, everything, every piece of furniture, everything. Like, they had the clothes on their backs, and that was it. You know, their houses, if it was on a foundation, they still had a foundation for their house, and that was about it. Because when you have a flood like that and that water sits in there, it gets in your insulation and your drywall absorbs it and everything. And they have to go in and cut the drywall however many inches above where the water line was, remove the drywall, pull out all that insulation. Some of the studs had to be replaced if the water sat too long, or if there was, depending on what kind of contaminants were in that water too. And they might have to cut the studs out and put new studs up inside there, and then put new insulation, and then put new sheetrock, and then float it and paint it and all that. Well, y'all, it wasn't just their walls. Of course, any carpet, wood floors, tile floors, everything, because it seeped under tile floors, ceramic flooring and stuff. It got under everything. Anything that was porous, the least bit porous, had to be gone. And that water, hang on, I feel like there's a hair tickling my nose. That water is so filthy when it floods like that, that, you know, there are dead animals in it, and bodies, and fluids leaking out of cars, because cars go into water and they've got gas and oil and all kinds of stuff coming off of them. It's horrible. You know, nothing is salvageable after it's been in that water for a certain length of time. And some people never recovered. I have a friend that, I have a friend who was an insurance agent, and his office flooded. Well, not only did his office flood, his own home flooded, his parents' homes flooded, his brother's home flooded, his wife's family's homes flooded. So here he was trying to service his customers who had all flooded and lost everything, and at the same time deal with his own personal loss. And probably one of the healthiest people I knew. He died of he had a massive stroke and died. And I believe it was from the storm. They don't like to talk about how many people committed I don't know how to say the word without getting in trouble here, because I don't want to get in trouble, but y'all know what I'm talking about. People who ended things on their own because they just couldn't cope with the devastation and the idea that one morning you woke up and you had nothing, not a vehicle. If your job didn't get flooded and your job was still there, how were you going to get there? There's no public transportation in Livingston Parish. It's rural, you know. No public transportation. You don't have a vehicle. It's too far to walk, because almost all the jobs, I mean, think about the plant jobs and stuff in Baton Rouge. Well, if you got money in the bank, that's great, but guess what? They've all got water in them. Electricity's all messed up. You can't get money out of an ATM machine. You can't get enough money out of an ATM machine to buy a car anyway. But you know what I'm saying. It was total devastation. Grocery stores couldn't open. You couldn't go buy food because the stores had all flooded and gone underwater and everything. And it was like something from a really bad movie, you know. And I did hear horror stories. But anyway, so I really have been keeping people in North Carolina and Tennessee in my prayers, because I've been through 3 floods in Denham Springs and missed the 2016 one because I was living in North Louisiana at the time. But I have been through it, and what happened to them doesn't even, or what happened in 2016 doesn't even begin to touch what they're dealing with. God, these glasses in Tennessee and North Carolina. I'm stopping here to take a drink of coffee, because we're over halfway through now, I think. It's a good little walk. I don't know how long it takes me to do it. I had never paid attention to it. I just know that it pushes my steps up real good on my watch, and that's what I look at. I just want to know, how many steps am I getting for it? How many steps do I get? Well, I was going to say my first cup of coffee. It's not really. I had a 40-ounce cup of iced coffee that was coffee from yesterday. I just put ice and creamer in it. This is my first hot cup of coffee. But I'll be looking forward to some more when I get home. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do today. What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to work in the planner some? Y'all want me to do some watercolor painting? Talk about that a little bit? I may do that. But I have some chores to do first. I've got to dust furniture and sweep and mop floors before I play. I have to hold myself more accountable. Because I'm grown and I have a home to take care of and I have a man to take care of. So I need to do those things first. Gotta wash some more than dishes, you know, the little things. Just the little stuff. Y'all, the breeze feels so good. You hear the birds? Oh, they're so happy. The birds are so happy this morning. I wish I could show y'all how pretty everything is. I know other parts of the country, when y'all have fall, things change. Look when we have fall here. Look how green. Is that not the greenest tree ever? That's what fall is like in Louisiana. October in Louisiana, the yards don't even die. The trees don't change color. Everything stays green almost all year long, or it stays green till it falls off in the winter. But it never really changes colors. And people out doing their yard work early this morning while the weather's nice. That's good. If I didn't have all the things to do inside today, I would consider doing that. But I have too much to do inside to be doing the outside. I don't feel like it today. Well, I don't feel like it right now. I might feel like it in 30 minutes. You know how my mind changes. My mind changes quick, fast, and in a hurry. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But we're almost done with our walk. We got to hear the birds. We got to hear the squirrels. I hear them working at the machine shop over there. It's like the next block over, but sometimes you can, actually no, it's not the next block over. This is the man on his back patio working on something with a saw. Looks like he's cutting brick or something. Anyway, we're back home now. I just wanted to take y'all on a walk with me to see all the pretty things we could see and talk about what's going on in the world and what's going on in life and all that stuff. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. I'm home now, and I will be back later. Bye.